Hi folks, before we get stuck into this one here, I want to show you a revision of the one I did, was it yesterday? What was yesterday? Tuesday. This one. There's a photograph on Facebook. I made a couple of revisions. I added some light in these trees here, put a bigger tree there, and I reduced the size of that background, those background trees. So if you want a good look at that one, you can see that on my Facebook page. That's drawing in the frame, and a friend just gave me a couple of nice frames. I've taken out the awful prints, the faded prints, and I put in a couple of my own paintings. I've only got one here. The other one's down 2 floors upstairs, so I won't go and get that. But that one, I called that Trees. There we are. It's quite nice in that frame. Okay, right, now we're going to the oil painting. Right, let's just come zoom out of this a bit. Okay. Right, so what we've got was we've got cadmium red, ultramarine. We've got a bit of cerulean left over from yesterday, some burnt sienna, bit of Payne's grey, cadmium yellow. Let's put some yellow ochre out as well. I don't know why, but I usually use yellow ochre. The cerulean and yellow make some brilliant rich greens. So I've still got a tube I've had about 20 years. I used it in the Venice paintings I did in 1999. But I keep things as simple as possible. If you've got every colour made, you'll be confused. Really, it's using a few colours as possible and learning to mix them. My basic palette without the cerulean is quite a good basic palette. Right, what shall we do? Just a bit of a river. Let's draw it. Just give a bit of a drawing. Something like that. You probably can't see that. It's on a bit of a burnt up. I can hardly see it. I don't want to. Got a bit of a scratch there. This is burnt umber on watercolour paper and some PVA glue to waterproof it or to oil-proof it. Otherwise, if you don't you can paint on unprimed paper, of course, and let the oil dry into the paper. But it's a bit controversial. I still think that Turner and Constable painted on watercolour paper, although that would have been 100% rag. This is, it doesn't really matter. Once it's covered up, the waterproof, it doesn't matter what you paint on. I mostly paint on MDF, 3mm. Right, so let's just start with putting a sky in. This brush is sort of not wearing out, but the bristles have broken across here because I've given a lot of it's always had a hard life. But it's about 3 years old, so it's done a good job. Right, a bit of oil. Let's have a bit of that cerulean. It's a lovely cold colour. With a bit of that dry. I've got some dry out in the linseed oil. Linseed oil with a bit of fast drying alkyd or artisan fast drying medium oil with it's alkyd resin and linseed oil basically. Alright, let's get a bit of that in here. a river coming across there. I'll have a bit of green. I'll just show you what I mean by the green. Oh, some lovely greens, but I didn't want to do that, did I? Okay, well, there's our line. Go back to do that river. I'll change the brush to get my light in there. Could even be a lake. Okay. Trees. Now I'll go make bigger trees, I think. So let's get a bigger tree brush. These are all Data Rowney Georgian brushes. This one's Data Rowney Graduate. I don't know the difference. They are superb brushes. They're not top of the range. They're not that expensive. They look a bit, a little bit not dark, isn't it? Oh, there we go. So you folks living in Florida, well, stay safe, folks, because we've been to Florida several times. My sister had a house there in Pinellas, St. Petersburg, on Tampa Bay, almost on Tampa Bay, about a quarter of a mile. Well, that's the crow flies, probably about 200 meters, 200 yards. It's a lovely little park on Tampa Bay. And the last time we had a big hurricane there, the water was sucked out of the bay, and there's a real concern that it would come back as a tidal wave, but it didn't, thank goodness. But I don't think there's anywhere around St. Pete's where the ground level is more than 13 feet above sea level. So it's a very, very vulnerable coast. We've been to Fort de Sosa quite a few times and see the damage that the hurricane did there, or a hurricane. But that was mainly due to the vegetation didn't really bind the sand together. But I've still got a cousin in St. Petersburg on Pinellas Point. It's not far from I think it's called Pink Street, where the infamous Al Capone had a house built for him, which he never used. Never mind. Well, let's just put a bit of character in the sky. A bit of red. It's having fun with paint. I'll put some of that blue back. I won't put too much down there because I want to put the trees in there. I'll use another brush. I don't use Payne's grey generally in the skies. I prefer my greys to be sort of mauvey. They complement the yellow in the sky. Complement of yellow is a mixture of blue and red. Let's mix those three colours together a bit. Just build it up. I should take a lot of time on skies, but you don't really need to. Sort of impressionist in style. But I think what the sort of brushwork you use in the sky, and I'm only talking about landscape painting here, is to repeat the technique throughout the painting. Otherwise, you've got two paintings in different brush marks. It's not always good. But it's only my particular view that I hold now. I might change. I love Seago skies, but you can copy Seago with Seago, make his skies, but I prefer to make up my own these days. Oh, it's a bit darker overhead. See, that's where the cerulean comes in handy. It's a cold blue on the horizon. Probably won't show when I put the trees in, but let's get some light in now. Touch of red, touch of the old of the yellow ochre. What was that? Oh, that'll do. Well, we can put a... You never finish, do you? Let's just get a little bit of that. Just to fill that little... Break up a bit of monotony there. Okay, let's go to some trees now. I'll use that brush. I'm going to use the ultramarine, cad red, and the yellow. All right. Don't want the trees all the same. It's very easy to get into that zone where you think, oh, that's nice, I'll do another one like that. Then you end up with 8 trees all the same size and shape. So we don't really want to do that. There's a bit of light green in there. I could have put a bit of background hills to show. Well, yeah, we can do that really. No, let's go the way we're going. All right, well that's quite pretty, isn't it? So we'll just take that, so that one up a little bit. Put a bit of green in there. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, now let's put some nice green in now. So we get that sewed in. Bit of white. See what happens. I think the yellow is getting a bit stiff now. All right, let's get a bit of heavier green. I haven't used any burnt sienna. Use a bit now. So we're getting that impressionist feel now. So another horizon. Let's have a bit of a Payne's grey in there. See if we can put a bit of a bank in over there. sky colour. Got a bit wrong there. There's some right, white goes very well with cad yellow. Gives some nice highlights in here. Okay, all I'm going to do on that. It's not really now going to have to cut the grass. So I haven't done so many videos this week. I've been a bit busy doing other things. Socialising mostly. I'll put that in now and we'll have a look at it. Move that over there to the middle. Oh, there we are. I've got a very simple painting. I like the sky. It's got lots of interest in it, lots of contrast, but it's not overdone. I haven't used any too dark colours, but my dark colours are in the foreground and in that background. Yeah. I hope you like that little demo, folks. Don't forget you can support me on PayPal if you wish, and go on Patreon or see some pictures on Etsy. Thanks for looking in. Take care. Bye bye.